everybody, and welcome back. It is Angelic Ray coming to you once again at Angelic Soul 11, and I'm so excited to be here with you all. Happy new moon in Aries. Whoop whoop. We're gonna give it some time for people to come in, but this is going to be the collective reading for this new moon. However, whenever you get to this video, this may be when any of the messages that you may need to hear is going to resonate with your spirit. So trust in your higher self, trust in your knowing, in your spirit, that you are guided correctly to receive whatever messages it is that you need to receive at this time. I'm so excited to be delivering these messages for you. And so we are going to be getting started. I am going to be opening up with the Whispers of Ganesha's Oracle deck, just to see what collective message we have for this new moon. Hello, welcome everyone coming in. Please remember to allow yourself to be open-minded in this space, and allow that allow your higher self to bring in whatever messages it is at this time that you need to listen to. If you feel guided to at any time to share this message, this video, please feel free to share. Comment down below. You know I like my meets, my greets, so shout out where you are tuning in from, and we are going to get started. So right away I did get that there's going to be some celebrations for some of you. So again, if you are, happy birthday Aries, right? For any of you that are Aries, and also for those Tauruses coming up, right? So I'm getting, celebrations. I'm also getting that there is going to be a lot of releasing of some traumas of fear this could be for one specific person, or for some of you in the collective. NYC, that's right, the boogie oogie over here, Bronx Bombers. So I feel like it's actually, it could be that there's, somebody may be going through a purging process, where they had released a lot of traumas, and now you are coming into a space of, bringing in, your wholeness into one space, into that integrative space. This could also be possibly some contracts coming in together, as far as like with finances go, where maybe you was broken financially, and you are being put back together at this time, which there is a wealth transfer going on at this time. So that would definitely make sense here. I do feel that there is a sense of enlightenment. Your crown chakra might be like itching or tingling at this time. Your ears, I'm getting more like of an itching sensation or a tickling sensation. I feel like that's your higher self really trying to communicate with you at this time. So if you've been feeling like buzzing and itching in your crown chakra, that is definitely you getting messages from your higher self. Also an elevation process, and there's still, for that person, like for whoever it is that's getting a lot of channels at this, a lot of downloads at this time. You might be feeling really tired, is kind of what I'm getting. You might be feeling tired, but that's not going to last long. As long as you give yourself, I'm getting like 2 or 3 days worth of like resting and like silence and like meditation in a sense, but then everything is going to be moving really fast. You could be in a cold environment, because I just got super cold out of nowhere here, but this is also telling me that even though things are going to be moving really fast, it feels like this is actually going to be, it's not one of those easy come, easy go, fast come in, fast go. It's something that you're gonna be knowing how to pace yourself is going to determine how much longer it's gonna be. I feel like it's a melting down. Yeah, okay, so you could have been feeling like you was frozen and stuck in a certain space, and now things will be moving, right? You transitioning into a new space here. I also see like a gathering of, like, this could be with friends, and it's okay. So you can be coming one with your soul collective, meaning you are waking up to new aspects of yourself, where people that you once resonated with is no longer gonna be, let me correct myself, not that they are no longer gonna be in your life. They will still be in your life. They're just gonna hold a different resonance, right? Because they're at a different frequency, and you're gonna be introduced to your newer collective, because you are transitioning to higher levels now. So this could also be being introduced to new spirit guides, right? Possibly you're being introduced to a new spiritual team that is coming in to help you with these projects here. Okay. It does feel like, spirit is saying this is also a coming together of bringing in that masculine force energy, right? And Aries energy is all about that fire energy and motivation. It doesn't matter whether you tap into the masculine or feminine side of that fire, as long as you are tapping into like that solar plexus energy, trusting in your intuition, using your discernment, really feeling boldly empowered, to make the decisions. I'm getting scared money doesn't make no money, so possibly there's gonna be an opportunity that might feel too good to be true, or it may seem like your budget is a certain way, and spirit is saying like trust in it, especially if this is something that you have been looking to invest into. Scare money don't make no money. It'll come back to you tenfold and more is actually what I'm getting. So if there is some sort of investment that you are looking to put in, whether it's I feel like maybe for somebody it can be signing a contract to like a building, right? Putting in an investment in some sort of property, some sort of something that's going to bring longevity, the finances and everything, with that trust and that willpower, like trusting in your spiritual team, trusting in your higher self, right? And allowing the assistance of your new spiritual like guides that are coming in at this time to help assist with that is actually going to bring you a lot of success in that area, is kind of what I'm getting here. And so I'm also getting like the powers in the blood here, and for some of you, there might have to be a detox in your bloodstream, to like make sure you are clearing out to strengthen the power in your blood. Possibly somebody could be anemic, and so maybe eating more okra or leafy greens. You'll know if you're eating a lot of ice, if you crave a lot of ice, or you're just really always tired. A lot of the times I'm getting like, take a really cold shower, and eating like spinach, right? Incorporating more spinach into your diet, some sea moss into your diet, just to bring a lot of more iron into your diet. Oh, that was a bit of like, I feel like that is for a few different people. So take the parts that resonate with you, okay? I'm also getting like, take out like any notes, a notebook that you may have, because you might end up replaying this video. But if you put it down in writing, you're gonna see it in your own handwriting, and it's gonna make it more real, because you are actually also putting the energy into it. And where attention goes, energy flows. And this is something that you have been looking to manifest, and it's not that, for some of you it is that you will be manifesting this, and by putting the energy in it, it is going to manifest. But I'm really getting that this is more like it's already here, right? And so you might want to break down like how you're gonna prioritize your time, your schedule. um yeah, maybe just even prioritize your priorities, right? Organize your priorities so that you can go step into this power of this new space here, because it does feel like this could be a project that's elevating to a higher level here. I'm getting that it is like higher money in a sense, but it's also gonna bring greater rewards, and it's gonna take a lot of energy of work to do it. But as you are like nourishing your body's gonna be able to upkeep with the energy that you're going on here. Okay, yeah, so in the bottom of the deck we have blessings here with the number 44 here, blessings. And there's a lot of money. I'm sorry, I know this filter, I didn't realize that the filter was going to do that, so maybe if I can do that. The money's just flowing down from the wind. Oh, that's not even money, that's flowers. But I okay, that was spirit. Like I've seen it like raining money, right? It was just raining money, but it was actually flowers that was coming down. um and by the way, if there's a storm where I'm at, so you might hear some like thunder and rain, and that's all cool. I love the rain. For some of you, there's a lot of you speaking that's gonna be involved here. So I say be mindful of how you're writing things and what you're speaking. There's definitely gonna be a lot of advancements, yeah, because the scared money don't make no money, and closed mouths don't get fed, right? Closed mouths don't get fed. So it might be some talking that's gonna be involved here. Maybe you will be talking to somebody to say, either to get a sponsorship or to have someone join you in a partnership, right? Some sort of like collaboration here where it's going to bring that elevation here. This could be maybe for somebody, maybe either like a new truck or a new building. It feels like some sort of an asset. Okay, some sort of asset is what I'm getting. One more time. Yeah, I'll cut it one more time. Okay, so let me. Whoop, that flew right out. Oh yes, I love it. So you're not really gonna see the colors in here, but I see a lot of red, a lot of gold. I see the lotus flower here. There's a lot of gold and a lot of red here, and green here. And this is the new beginnings here coming in here. Okay, so I did see crown chakra activity, but this is working from the heart. So there has been a lot of balancing here of trusting your heart's desire for you to receive what it is that you have been wanting to receive here at this time. A lot of balancing of your lower and your higher chakras coming together. So you have done a lot of work to bring this elevation, and there's a new beginning here. So collectively, we're seeing new beginnings here, a lot of new doors opening, a lot of new opportunities that are going to be very prosperous. Again, I am getting maybe there's going to be some new spirit guides that's going to be coming through at this time. It could have been that there was a purging of generational like stagnant energy, generational like lower vibrational energies that has been cleared out, and no longer so there has been a level up here. I'm getting a lot of power, a lot of strength here with that. So now that's the opening card. So we know that there's a lot of major transitionings coming in here because of the filter. It's okay. allow yourself to be open to the message. It's not always about the photos, right? This could have been spirit led me to do this filter, right? So this could be that possibly it's about your perception of whatever messages and energies is coming through, because it's for you to use your discernment of what resonates with you and what doesn't, and allowing yourself to be so in tune with thyself that you know all things, right? In a sense, right? To know thyself is to know all things. And stepping into a space of not being reckless, not being the reckless fool, right? But being the fool that's trusting in spirit in your journey. So even if you can't really see the picture, right? Trusting your perception of how you are receiving the message. If the message doesn't resonate with you, because sometimes this, I feel like this is talking about also allowing for us to see beyond the illusion of what the eyes see, right? So using our inner sight, using our inner bodies, our inner, our inner sight. Our insight. Yes, insight. You're receiving insight. So trusting in what your spirit is giving you to perceive out of these messages here, because sometimes the ego likes the glamour of things, right? And so sometimes we might feel like we want to resonate with a story or a picture because the picture is feasible to the ego. And Aries energy is about the self, right? And the self can be very egoic at a time in its shadow, right? Because self is self. It is not collective. It is not in full union. However, there needs to be an aspect of knowing thyself in order to know all things and to be in collective union with thyself, right? So this can be that it's not about what you are seeing with your physical eyes, but what is thyself perceiving with all your bodies in a collective realm of mind, body, spirit, right? It is not what the picture is telling you. It is what you are telling you. It is what self is telling you, what self is bringing to your awareness is kind of what I'm getting in regards to these messages. And this is going to bring in a new level of clarity, a new level of your internal spirits here, a new level of opportunities here. Yeah, there's a washing away of because that's just the shadow side, right? The beautiful side of the self is that it's the body that moves us forward, right? It's the body that moves us forward. And Aries energy is about, it's the first house, right? It's the opening of the zodiac wheel, right? In the Taurus wheel, right? And so when you think about self and you think about the one, right, it's what's higher than number one, right? They say, and that's also a mudra. If you do this mudra, you can do it like that, okay? And meditate on this mudra and see how it resonates with one. And how you could even do it is you can put the mudra far away and just gaze at the very, 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 very tip of your index finger, okay? And this is the element of air here, and that could also bring in some messages to come through at that time. I guess that was for somebody that needed to hear that. And also a coming together. So the fire with the ether, the air, and the waters being in center with what messages from the great divine is coming in for thyself, right? So you can, if you feel called to do this, you could also possibly do this meditation while breathing. Yeah, so sat nam, sat nam, sat nam. So and see what messages come through for you. That just totally came through. I've never even done that meditation myself, so that's definitely something that I will also look forward to doing. 'Cause Spirit has a funny way of talking to everyone in the room, y'all. So we're gonna see here what messages we have for the collective here. um, there can be some sort of reconciliation for somebody, or you're contemplating doing a reconciliation here with someone, wondering if you should have this reunion with somebody. And Spirit is asking you, what do you want in your new timeline? Does this person fit in with your new timeline and your story? Or is this someone that is comfortable? Is this someone that was very brought a lot of flatter to yourself, right? To your physical self and your physical foundation? Or is this a person that can meet you on the different levels of yeah, wow, see, the flaming sword here started that. So the incense came down here, and the flaming sword of truth here was getting burned. So this could be somebody that you need to, maybe they have burned you in the past, and maybe there was some lies that was in that space here. Or playing with fire, you can get burned, and it's, is this a fire? Yeah, see, my candles are dancing right now. Is this a flame? This could be an old flame for somebody, that maybe possibly that you was dating, and you are trying to resurrect this relationship or bring this old flame back to life. And you have to ask yourself, does this flame, is this coming from a flame of truth and clarity, and from my divine self, for where I want to go and where I'm at now in my life? Or is this a flame that is coming in because they see that I have done all this purification, and possibly they just, it's for you to do the clearing, right? Did you gain the clarity from that lesson? Did you gain the truth of what that relationship was about? No longer being confused, right? If you find that you are confused, take the time to yourself to really ask, what was this union bringing you, and is it going to serve you? Don't just rush into this here, because that might be something impulsive where maybe you're gonna get burned again. And for some of you, this could be that this is actually, yeah, maybe you wasn't ready for that union, and you had to do some purification energies for yourself, and now you are now ready to merge with their flame because you have risen to a higher frequency with thyself. So you are going to know where you are at here, because it was two different flames that's coming together here, but it was burning, right? It was burning it, and it causing a little bit. This normally doesn't burn and turn dark there. So this could be that it's a purification process. This person could have came in your life as to bring in that purification, and possibly you guys were coming into each other's life to bring in purification. And funny enough, it could also be that possibly you're needing to do a cord cutting here because of the sword of truth, right? And also, out of all things, I didn't even know where this was at in my table, but we have blue kyanite, which is very much about bringing the chakra system all into alignment and together, and bringing forth truth here. So this could just be that possibly there was just a conversation that needs to be had. This could also be that it has risen to a higher frequency, or that if you have blue kyanite, meditate with blue kyanite here. Also, this could be resonance with Archangel Michael, if you are connected with Archangel Michael here, because Archangel Michael, it is the purifying blue flame, right? He has his purifying flame, flaming swords that cuts through here, and we have the color blue with the blue kyanite and the sword of truth here. So that can be maybe, you know, you connecting with Archangel Michael to bring some clarity into this situation, and asking him to remove anyone that's not in resonance with where it is that you are at in your life and where you're trying to go. Maybe you do a lot, maybe you have done some energy work that you haven't really cleared out, or like I said, I feel like somebody was doing some purging, right? And from this purging, they're elevating here. So you are receiving messages of truth. Pay attention to what you are receiving from spirit. If you have been asking for messages, pay attention, use your discernment, trust in your list, feel your solar plexus, feel it out, and also allow yourself to really just be detached from how you think the messages are supposed to come in, from you know, what you think you knew, right? I'm getting a unlearning to relearn a new rounds. And sometimes when we get into new rounds, they're new to us, so we don't always know how to nurture them. Just trusting your nurturing skills, right? Submitting, right, to the great divine, that, and allow yourself to receive. That's feminine energy, right? That submission is feminine energies, but receiving is that feminine energies, right? And nurturance is that feminine energy, right? But allowing yourself to receive the messages and really take the initiative to move forward with the guidance that you are receiving. Okay, so spirit is guiding you to a specific person, you know, to I don't know, get a class, or get like, trust that you are being guided in the proper direction here. And if there is some confusion, take a cold shower is really what I'm getting. Take a cold shower, and allow yourself to say, okay, if spirit guided me in this direction, then let me trust to go in this direction. There's going to be some things that are revealed here, because there was some confusion. Somebody was confused, or somebody is confused about something right now, and I think spirit is guiding you to get the message from certain people. And so trust that. If it's that, you know, if it's too much scattered energy, then do nothing, right? Until you are clear to do something, until you know for a fact, okay. And if it's not, this could be also in an area that you was studying, right? So possibly you was studying this could have been studying occultism, right? Or studying religion, or just studying biology, or whatever it may be that you are studying, right? You started gaining enough information to start being led to maybe a mentor, right? Or being led to like that higher, it's higher elevation, higher. And so there are going to be times that you're going to feel confused, because you're not going to know what to do with this new energy, right? But you have to learn, right? You have to learn based on what the mistakes that you have did in the past. It's not for you to repeat the mistakes that you have did, but it's for you to say, wait, I've been there, done that. I don't know what this is about, because this is a very new thing. So I have to allow the space for me to learn this new thing, right? For me to learn this new environment, for me to learn this new experience, for me to learn this new information, right? I can't just go with what I always known, because this is new territory. And so it's going to require a level of vulnerability, right? A level of vulnerability here to be in that unknown space. And sometimes that can feel scary here. But you're going to have a lot of breakthroughs, right? And also when you are trusting your intuition to guide you during this new journey, right? The Fool, right? The reason on the light side with the Fool's energy is that he is trusting in his intuition and in the higher self of spirit to guide him down the journey, saying, I don't know, this is the edge of the cliff, but if spirit says jump, I'ma jump. If spirit says jump, I'ma jump. I believe I can fly. I believe I could touch the sky. Okay, I guess we got some R. Kelly coming through. You know what I'm saying? That can be that your lower chakras are coming up, right? Your lower chakras are coming up here. You know, there was that sexual healing energy coming, tantric energy, right, rising to the occasion of where you're at now, no longer in a space of a lower depths. Okay, so you know, new teachers, new foundation here, new, a lot of new beginnings, new opportunities, new messages. You know, I'm getting Ganesha's ears, so doing a lot of listening here. For some of you, it could also be that you have a connection with Archangel Raphael. I'm just kind of getting that in, like you know, you can be a healer, or there's gonna be some healing that is gonna get done here. So what message for the collective? I haven't even pulled the tarot yet, y'all. Bear with me, bear with me. Tell us more about this new beginning, please, for this new moon. Oh, well, okay, and there's also a new moon, right? So what a greater time during this new moon. I almost forgot it was a new moon, yeah. But what a greater time to, and you know, new journey, new season, right? This is a new year, right? To have a lot of freshness. And I feel like this is stuff that you have already written down. You know, you have already written down, and I'm getting as above, so below. So because this is for somebody who is already like looking to manifest certain things in their life. And so Spirit is saying, all right, these are the people, these are the places, and these are the things that you know, I'm gonna be guiding you, so that you don't be so confused, so that you gain your clarity, because you're gonna be taking a lot of steps forward that are going to be very successful here, very successful. And I feel like, because I keep getting bloodline, this could be that there is an ancestor in your blood lineage that is guiding you, to these people, to these places, to these things. But an ancestor of the highest order is what I'm getting. Ancestor of the highest order, of the highest frequency here. You know, and this could be that you are now in connection with this ancestor, as opposed to, you know, an ancestor of, you had to clear out some old traumas, some old fears. Possibly you was having trouble sleeping. You know, maybe you was feeling like trapped in your mind, or you know, some sort of maybe there's somebody dealing with somebody in incarceration here, or I'm getting some sort of like locked up feeling and stuff, and there's a clearing of that trap, a clearing. You, like, your ancestors are purging your blood from that type of energy. You know, it's moving you out from that trap. And you are now flowing. You're going to feel the pulsation. They're saying sit still. Sit still, and you'll feel your rainbow body just being activated. That's probably why I needed this filter, right? Sometimes we think everything's just black and white, and things aren't always black and white. Sometimes we have to go through certain lessons, right? It could have been that you was going through a karmatic lesson, and now there's a clearing, and your rainbow body is getting fully activated here, and you're getting illuminated, and it's going to take you into new realms here. So pay attention to that, and you'll know, because when you sit still, just feel into your body and feel the pulsation of your body, your blood moving. Practice breathing into your blood and feeling where your energy is moving, and how it's flowing. And that's gonna bring you more closer to where it is that you're going, where it is that you want to go, because you wrote things down, is what I'm getting. Okay, what is the collective message here for this new beginning, for this new moon in Aries? This new moon in Aries. And welcome everyone who's tuning in Thank you all. Shout out where you are tuning in from. There we go. Yes, see somebody. Who? So we have the Ten of Swords here. Okay, there could have been that there was some messages. Yeah, I'm just going to show because I never read it like this. But it could have been that you had some addiction, some challenges from your lower chakras, right? The root, the sacral, and the solar plexus here. And now there's a great revelation from those lower chakras because you did a lot of energy clearing this. There were challenges, right? There were challenges, and you finally are putting those challenges to rest to gain this revelation here. Your psychic abilities, your inner eye is saying, look at what you have been addicted to. Look at what it is in those lower chakras that your higher self is telling you to let go of, because there's gonna be an elevation. I'm kind of seeing this as like a Saurian energy, right? Wakanda forever, you know what I'm saying? Allow yourself for the Cristo, right? Christ consciousness, Heru consciousness, right? Allow for that elevation, the sacrifice that has been to pay forth, right? And bring and listen to the heart, because there's going to be changes. There's 5 swords of truth, right? But there's the censorious. There's the truth on each side, the 4 pillars, right? The 4 pillars and the center of thyself, or the 4 directions coming into union with the etheric realm in time and space, and the knowing of that, the harmony here, right? So this is a lot of mental work, air energy, okay? Because also the eye has like the rays coming down, the sun rays here, saying, maybe there was some tears crying, or just revelation and enlightenment to your lower chakras, bringing it up. So this could be that you are past your lower chakras and you are coming, I was also getting that the heart space with Ganesh, right? I was getting the heart space in the green here. So possibly, greens and golds might actually work in your favor. Maybe those are colors that already resonate with you. Or maybe you know bringing in some red into that element to tap into the blood here. Or asking, red is also, red can be a royal energy in a sense, because of the blood, the royalty that's in the blood, right? Let me get a little bit more clarity on that here. What is this Ten of Swords here? Oh, yeah. So there could be possibly... let me get a little bit more information. Wow. Okay. Let go of communication. Somebody's going to regret something here. There's a lot of regret. There was some ties with someone in the past here. This could have been a masculine energy here that possibly was like a lover here. Spirit is asking you to stay open here. There's going to be movement, right? With the 8 of Wands here, there's going to be movement here. This could also be, so I'm going to ask a little bit more about this masculine energy, because I feel like I'm getting like 3 different stories here. So in one case, this could be that there is going to be a masculine energy, or man. I'm getting a man, okay? Not just masculine energy, but an actual literal man here. A man, he can be a water sign of some sort. So that is, Cancer, Scorpio, what is the other? Pisces here, okay? I feel like possibly I'm getting a strong Cancer energy that's gonna be trying to be in and out of your life here, and Spirit is moving you away from this situation here. They have some lessons that they have to learn. I do see incarceration here. So that's for one story. For another story here, this could be that somebody was actually is working with some spirit guides right now and releasing some ancestral healing from some divine masculine healing here. Okay, so using your words of hekau, right? Hekau. Allowing the spirit of the Most High to be, Ask the spirit of the Most High, the Most Divine, the Supreme Being, your divine masculine and feminine energies of the Most High, the ancestors of the highest order, to assist you with clearing. This could be that there is a breaking, and this generational, I don't want to say generational curse, but that's just what keeps I keep hearing it. Maybe that's the way that you're going to resonate with this message. But there's going to be a clearing of that trauma. And it is with the masculine energies of your bloodline here to bring that resurrection of the divine masculine rising to a higher frequency with thyself. And this is it's going to be a fast. Yeah, see, I'm also getting, this could also be, and the third story could also be that possibly this is feeling like a twin. Oh no, the double helix, the DNA. Okay, because I was going to say like a twin flaming. This is a merging of thyself here into oneness and wholeness here. No longer, maybe you're like peace. And yeah, it's like peace the fuck out. Cut that shit out. There's a separation. But now you're coming into unity and harmony with peace within thyself. With the bringing together and wholeness here. So this is definitely a collective energy that is happening here. You're getting dreams for sure. This is also you have a strong, this for somebody here, you have a very strong imagination here. I'm also getting fire energy. So Aries, Leo, what is the other fire? Sagittarius energy here. Tell me more about this masculine energy here. Somebody's resisting. Okay, yeah, so this could be that you are, your spirit has been asking you to get into meditation, and you have been resisting to receive these messages from a divine masculine spirit energy here. This is you could also be gaining this revelation while you are traveling, but this is also the traveling here and the communication here. I'm just getting very mercurial energy where it's about the travel and elevation. There you go, elevation. Possibly you had dreams with like being in an elevator or something like that as well. But this is like a lot of Kundalini rising energy here. This could be definitely, I'm getting a strong masculine energy. Here. So let me get more with this King of Cups and reverse energy here. El Rey de Chalice, the Rey. What is this? Right? This is the masculine. This could be that maybe there was a masculine energy that's trying to come in that was very manipulative here. And knows, they were using like the love aspect of, to manipulate here. But they can be very harsh spoken, and spirit is like, yo, like, I'm getting, that's funny. So I'm actually, rest in peace, right? Big up to Big Pun. I'm getting, I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player, I just a lot. So this could have been a man that was very much a karmatic from your past here with the Six of Cups here. All right. With the Six of Cups here, this had to be so that I'm getting a lot of Cancer energy here. This could have been that this was for you to reevaluate things that's going on in the home, what was bringing you harmony. They were here to kind of activate a lot of your childhood traumas. Possibly this could have been a trauma bond that was happening here, and they made you feel stimulated in your lower chakras. They made you feel stimulated in your lower chakras here. And there was a soulmate connection here, but this was it was not that when I say karma, I'm not saying it in a way to punish anyone here, okay? But I do see here that this was to activate certain karmas within both of y'all, to bring soul lessons to come to the forefront. And this was due to past life situations as well here. Possibly your ancestors had an agreement together to bring in these lessons for you. And I'm getting like he is a fallen king in a sense. He is a fallen king. So being a fallen king, possibly being a false prophet, or being the false masculine, right? Maybe he was portraying himself, because, and I'm saying he very purposefully, because this is what I'm getting here. This is a man here, okay? There's a man figure that was possibly portraying themselves to be like a divine masculine figure, portraying themselves to be a true lover, and possibly was a player, right? And you was maybe, you maybe possibly you was like, you're stepping into another space in your life. I don't want to be a player no more. You don't want to play no games no more. You don't want to be in a space of confusion and conflict, and your spirits don't want you to be playing that game no more. The contract is over. The contract is over when you let it be over. This could have also been possibly something with a father, right? Maybe this man is a father and he has children, or possibly, this was also reminding you of certain things with your father, right? And feeling like maybe you didn't get to learn how to be properly loved by a masculine energy, because you wasn't taught that from a masculine energy. Or possibly there's a masculine energy and spirit guide that is saying, hey, I taught you better, whether they are alive or transcendent. There's a masculine ancestor, okay, they could be an ancestor here that's like, yo, I taught you better. I taught you how to be loved better. I showed you what a divine masculine energy looks like, and that ain't the one. That ain't the one. So there's a spiritual intervention that is coming in with this situation here. Somebody's trying to come back here, and there's gonna be, I do see that here, and you might be feeling like that, wondering if you should stay in communication with this person or not. It's time for you to walk into a new beginning, into a new path, is kind of what I'm getting here. Whoo, that was a lot. Maybe there's something with the defense attorney. There's a thing going on with court here. I feel like they are trying to win the case here. There's something with a defense attorney, but your spirit, you are spiritually protected, is what I'm getting here. Okay, what for the other story? It's almost very similar here. So there is a sacrifice that has happened here. I'm getting preservation here. Perseverance. I'm sorry, perseverance. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Don't give up for where you're going here. Yeah, there has for some of you, this is gonna feel there could be some Pluto energy here. It's gonna feel like a revelation, an inner tower, inner shaking within yourself. Possibly if you feel I think that if you have been experiencing things in your sleep where you're waking up really fast, or maybe you're meditating and your body is shaking, feeling like an internal earthquake here, there is that kundalini rising awakening that's happening with yourself here. This is so funny. So this card was just flipped around. We have the thunder going on here, right? Talking about that tower moment. And we have the Two of Cups here, right? With the Four of Wands here. But there's also the Five of Swords behind here. There was that conflict here. Somebody is also wanting to work things out here. This could have also been like, they're trying to work things out here. I feel like this is for someone else now. I feel like this is May strike. I'm getting, may lightning be strike upon thy enemies and know thy truth of who thy is. Oh my gosh. Okay, there is going to be a revelation here. There could have been possibly some situation where you had to defend yourself here. This could have been there could have been domestic violence in this situation here. And I ask you, please, if you are in a situation where you and domestic violence, okay, so there, this again, so there could have been a narcissistic person in this situation here. Domestic violence isn't always physical here. Sometimes is emotional, mental, and spiritual violence that is in case of domestic violence here. But some sort of domestic violence that was going on here. This could have been a marriage that now there's going to either there has been already a separation or there's going to be a separation here. There was a lot of conflict here. I feel like there's gonna be money coming in here. I'm getting a lot of eights here. So yeah, the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles coming in here. All right, you as above, so below here. What is this? Okay, this letting go of this past of what you thought. Okay, so I don't even want to keep this there. Where there was conflict on different on many different levels here with union. It could be union of self or union with another here. I'm getting this is very karmatic. Very karmatic, and there was a lot of need to defend thyself. There was a lot of need, there was arguments here. Okay, there was a lot of dispute, and feeling like you couldn't get out of this trap, feeling like, and spirit is now moving you over. Maybe you thought this could have been a marriage here. Maybe you was married to this person here, or you was planning on getting married to this person here. So let me get a little bit more clarity here. This is very deep and intense, and this story may not resonate with everyone here. You know what part is for you. You know if this is your story here. This is very this is very direct. This is very direct here. Okay. And it does feel this could be possibly like 3 people or 3 kind of stories that's tweaked a little bit different. I'm keep hearing like 3 here, 3 different people. I feel like so this man, right? You are Empress energy is kind of what I'm getting. So you are Empress energy. You are an Empress energy, and you've been working really hard to get your energy moving and going and flowing into this new direction here. It's raining, it's pouring out there. They're cleaning, they're flushing your spirit. They flushing that shit. They was like, you know what? No, we're gonna wash away those woes. We're gonna wash away and cleanse those lower chakras. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart and let it emanate, because you know how to love. And don't be afraid to love again. Possibly you've been feeling like you need to close that heart chakra, but spirit is saying open the heart chakra, open it up, and it's gonna open into a new, yes, it's gonna be vulnerable, but it's gonna open you up to a new realm, a new elevation, a new depth, and it's going to integrate you with the divine masculine energy. Right? It's not gonna be those masculine energies of attachments, of trauma bonding and fears of, all because they got money or they have. No, it's going to bring you that energy of love and security and finance and good health and good wealth and good fortune is what I'm getting here. True partnership, true unity, true harmony. Yeah, this is spirit is moving you here. Spirit is moving you here. This could also be that there was some things going on with health here. Possibly somebody had mental health issues here. Narcissism is a form of mental health, to be honest. Is, you know, people might think that it's due to selfishness, and we are all narcissistic to a certain degree, right? When you think of self, right? Self again is that egoic self energy, is a form of it's a form of not thinking about others, right? And so we all, you know, we take selfies, we take this, but that doesn't mean that it's in a toxic way. I don't want to say that it's narcissistic, right? But when you look up the definition, but when I'm saying narcissistic in this case, I'm talking about in extremities, right? I'm not talking about selfishness. I'm talking about selfishness in the most extreme manner, where you are manipulating others. This is a person that has been manipulative, okay? And you know, it caused some issues in the health department. This could be maybe that there's a need for wound healing for some of you, right? A need to heal the lower chakras. Maybe they brought you in a space of fear and trauma, you know, where you used to trust yourself, and maybe, you know, now, yes, I'm getting the solar plexus burning on fire right now. So trusting in yourself, learning ask yourself, what is trust? Ask yourself, do you really trust yourself? Are you able to make decisions for yourself? Are you able to trust your spirit when it's guiding you? Are you able to truly listen to your intuition? Or has this person manipulated you so much that you no longer trust yourself? Right? That's a solar plexus. Maybe you don't feel confident enough to do things anymore. Maybe you aren't dressing up to the occasion and stepping in your power because this person has manipulated you emotionally, mentally, physically. You know, if it's different ways, I definitely recommend, if you are, have been feeling that way, not only learn to reconnect with the self, right? Because Aries energy is about the self as well. It's the first house energy. But also connect with some friends. Maybe that was the connection, right? Maybe you had isolated yourself a lot, and you know, it's time to rejoice with your friends of higher frequency, or people that's been trying to help you, or maybe go and get some therapy here and start walking into a new journey, into a new path, and letting go of this person and saying, you know what, I'm not going to continue this cycle of going back to this individual here just because they spit a good game. I feel like this person is very logical with how they use their emotional intelligence here, but they don't use it in a higher frequency. They use their emotional intelligence to manipulate others to get what it is that they want, as opposed to utilizing their emotional intelligence to not only work in their highest frequency, but in the highest frequency of their partner, to really bring in blessings, right? Higher blessings, higher wisdom, higher, you know, that true unity together, bringing in, you know, greater rewards here, right? For some of you here, this is also that maybe this was energies from your past. And you are now in a union, or you're about to get into a union that's on a higher level, where y'all together, y'all are looking at generational wealth, generational health, and y'all saying, yo, that shit, well, that spirit of lack that my ancestors, my parents was trying to feed me, that's no longer in resonance with us, and y'all working hard together. Maybe y'all exchanging good ideas with each other. There's a communication. This is also a soul contract with each other in a way. So okay, so that's the other story. Okay, so this is another side of that story here, where for some of y'all, this is a form of they are a soulmate, and it is karma involved, but in a good way, where the coming together of that generational wealth, where y'all are no longer, y'all have broken through the chains of the lower chakras and raising into the occasion of your highest chakras here. There has been a purification process that has happening here. A lot of, Yes, all right. So y'all have the sight, y'all have the vision. There is going to be traveling that's going to be happening here. There's going to be a lot of financial growth here coming together. This is like a spiritual marriage in a sense here, and bringing y'all into another space. This is not, but those of you that resonated with that other story, this is not. You are going to be getting there. For some of you that already done the work and has cleared that energy, okay, your lower three chakras are purified, and you are working through your heart space and higher chakras at this time, and you know how to balance yourself and get grounded, right? You know how to sit still here, or you're learning to, at least you're learning new methods, right? Because this is also new rounds. Let me get hidden energy. What is the energy that is hidden? The temperance energy here. Okay, so this could be maybe possibly dealing with a Sagittarius. This is also your spirit guide. Your spirit guide coming in, bringing this balance. I'm also getting alchemy. Yeah, so knowing how to alchemize the lower realms with the higher realm. I'm also, even though this is Sagittarius, it also does remind me of the water barrier Aquarian energy here. And also with the sun, so Leo energy here. So possibly, there could also be, let me get more. What is this hidden force energy here? This is very much laws of Ma'at energy is what I'm getting here. The alchemist here energy. I'm really getting an alchemist here energy. With the Ten of Pentacles. With the Ten of Pentacles here. All right. This is hidden energy here. Yeah. See, what is hidden behind this lesson here, now I'm about to reveal it, right? But there was a need to choose. Maybe somebody was conflicted between their mind and their heart, and they didn't know how to harmonize the two together here. And there was also a timeline of how you dealt with past lovers versus how you love now, right? And that centeredness of the heart space, of that union within the heart space, and trusting the heart and listening to your higher self here, brought an ending of a cycle here with the World card here. The Lovers in the World card here. This could also be Gemini energy here, okay? With the Ten of Pentacles, right? With the Ten of Pentacles. So this Temperance here is your spirit guides, your guardian angel, your higher self. This is about generational wealth here and closing out old cycles to bring in that financial abundance here. It took for you to let go. So possibly somebody was experiencing old lovers trying to come back and try to woo their way into your new lifetime, into your new experience here. And you was conflicted with yourself, like, do I go back to what felt good once upon a time, or do I allow myself to go into new realms here? This could also be that, again, this new beginning. Maybe somebody is single and they're going to come into this new space where they're going to be receiving that family that they wanted, right? That they want here. A union of coming together, a soulmate thing, because they had dealt with a lot of their clearing of karmas here, where it's a new level. This is something that's bringing longevity here. I'm getting the promise here, the promise of God. Again, the rainbow body, the rainbow, the chakras being in harmony and knowing. And this person, I'm getting a lot of telepathy is happening between this union here. The guardians of the fourth direction, or the ancestors of the highest order, have turned the wheel into this space where now you see better, better, okay? You see better, better. I'm getting the harp energy, the song of all set energy, right? So a set asar energy, into harmony and wholeness with one, breaking free of the things that have kept you set in your ways and moving on to another way way, moving on to a way that is liberating. Okay, this is a spiritual collective ascension that is going on with spiritual marriage of union of thyself that is truly bringing you into alignment with your that prosperity that is okay. So generational wealth, right? Look up because this has brought a lot of healing here. This can be some insurance stuff going on too here. Trust. Okay, so solar plexus energy is also known as the city of gems, right? The city of gems, which is is very royal, right? So I'm gonna say really listen to work, work with your higher chakras and really be centered in your core with the solar plexus here, okay? Because you have a lot of gems that you have accumulated from the lower chakras, from your old past experiences in the old timeline here. Let me get this direction here with the lovers here, because there's possibly there was somebody that was bringing some envy and some hate and there's no longer could affect you and touch you as long as you allow yourself to stay in a higher frequency, in this new frequency here. This is a coming together. So while it took a lot of working on thyself, it's not about selfishness within thyself, but the union, right? This coming together here, I'm getting a lot of collaboration, collaborative money. Okay, so possibly somebody is going to do a partnership here, or building foundations together. Money coming in, like you're gonna see how possibly they was feeling. Yeah, so we have the we have the Queen of Pentacles up in here too. The Queen of Pentacles here, what is this here? No, the Queen of Pentacles is very fertile ground, very fertile energy here. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So it's about even giving and taking at this time here. Even giving and taking at this time here. The energy that you are putting out, you are receiving here. And also being equally yoked is what I'm getting. Being equally yoked here. I feel like you have ascended. This could also be that, again, because, yeah, 6 is a number of harmony also, and it is the mother energy as well. So very motherly. This could also be that the divine mother energy is bringing in a lot of protection at this time here for your foundation. This could be somebody that's going to either get pregnant and they're going to get, somebody can get pregnant and is going to be getting married and stuff like that here. I'm getting some Ibeji energy as well, which is the twins here. So either possibly you could be getting pregnant with twins, or this could just be that you are really being mirrored in your union here. What is that? I'm getting equally yoked. I'm getting equally yoked here. This could also be that if if you're donating time or donating things to people, again, it's going to be reciprocated and returned back to you. This could also be if you're putting your money into certain investments, those investments are coming back to you here. If you're putting your money into certain studies, into certain mentorships, into certain guidance, into certain, maybe your money that you have put into travel is going to be coming back to you here, because you are doing this from a place of trusting your spirit and not a place of greed, not a place of that's from the ego, but from your higher self here, to bring in this wealth transfer here. This is a wealth transfer. This could also be putting some money into some investments. I think I said that already, and it's going to be coming back to you here. I feel like this partnership, this union is, there was a lot of healing. Maybe, somebody was feeling confused or conflicted about this, all right, let me say this. because I did get like three different stories, and I'm honing into one really quick. If you are in a partnership or in a situationship or in some sort of union where possibly there has been some arguing that has been happening, and there has been some confusion here and there, or somebody really fighting about the union because they're used to doing things alone, or they want to do things alone, or spirit is doing a lot of healing where it comes down to that. Now this is for a union that's in that situation where there is no like narcissism happening, emotionally or mental manipulation. This is not where there's any manipulation in that way. This is just where there is certain conflicts that are happening because there's some healing that is being done from the lower three chakras here. Okay, possibly somebody is having a breakthrough from some trauma or some fears of what they have been taught, or what they have set their ways into being, and there is going to be a breakthrough. Okay, but that breakthrough has to happen, that the person has to do it on their own, in a sense here. And that is where that you will see and know the guidance. You will not be confused. You will not be confused because they will take the initiative to do the healing. They will start walking into that new path, and there's going to be that elevation, and you will see it and you will know, and it's going to be communicated. Okay, it's going to be communicated. Hold on a second. So I see a forgiveness that's happening in the heart space because of an argument. Possibly somebody has said some harsh things. This could have been also, the argument doesn't have to be with that person. This argument could have been that person argued maybe with a parent, or you have argued with a parent here, or a loved one that has transitioned here, and there needs to be some forgiveness in the heart space here, based on the words that was exchanged, or possibly there was an argument that is happening, that has happened, or is about, I'm getting some sort of argument that needs some forgiveness here, with somebody that's either about to transition or that has transitioned here, and being peaceful with yourself here. Okay, and that's for someone else. That's not for that situation. But there can be that argument with the family here, and that heart space energy here. Really allow for the purification of the heart to bring that elevation here. You might be feeling like you was getting a cold here, or feeling maybe some throat chakra things going on here, needing to come up here. The head kawu. So you this is a person who's really strong and powerful, and their words have a lot of influence here. Is the fifth. Yeah, that is the fifth chakra also here. I feel this really. I feel like it's a healing of the heart that is being that needs to be taken here, or that is being taken here. And it was triggered through like generational healing stuff, and possibly there was some anger, like so this person, you can be healing, cooling down your temperaments at this time here. Having a strong, you're gaining revelation of how your words have impacted these people here, and stuff like that. And possibly you have said things in a way that was kind of harsh on the charger. Possibly you have said things that was kind of harsh here, but it's not just about being strong in your tone, right? So I think spirit is trying to teach you the lesson of how to be strong in your tone, because I think what's happening is these people or person, it could be one individual here, in the family, they kind of might be stubborn in their ways. Give me a moment, I'm trying to put the charger. They might be stubborn in their ways of how they receive messages, and they might only learn when a person is yelling at them or being very firm, right? So Spirit is saying, instead of yelling at them, be firm with your tone, because you have mastered a lot of, or you have worked through a lot of your lower chakras to know better, right? And sometimes we know better, but we don't always do better. But if you know better, and you know that this person don't know better because they haven't allowed themselves to really yeah, I'm kind of getting like a shamanic energy. You could have a shamanic ancestor that's helping you work through this, or you are, you know, within the depths of the realm, you kind of see things that they don't see, right? And so this is to bring a lot of healing here, a lot of healing that has to happen. And they only learn through being like sharp edge, right? With your tongue being mightier than the sword, in a sense, right? And being firm. And maybe, you know, I don't know if there has to be an apology. Maybe there was some stuff that was said in a very not just aggressive and not just harsh, but words that you can't really take back your words, but you can hold yourself responsible and accountable for the things that you say here, and you know, have an apology that is set in here, because there's a transitioning that's happening here, and I feel like this person is really trying. It feels like a parent. It feels like, you know, there was, and if it's not a parent, if this was something like with your lover, it could be that it was some tendencies and stuff, the way that they learned based on their parents, right? Based on how their parents taught them. And now they're breaking through, right? They've been doing some meditation, or if they don't meditate, it's just thinking. Right? We all meditate in different ways, and sometimes people don't even realize that they're meditating. They could just be, you know how sometimes you're just sitting thinking, brain like you're daydreaming. Daydreaming is a form of meditation. If you sitting still enough to have a daydream, you were meditating. Even if it was for 2 minutes, 2 seconds, you were breathing, not even focusing on your thoughts, but just allowing the moment to come and pass as it should. You are in meditation. And your meditation does not have to look how other people think, other people's egos. And that's the thing, that there is other people's egos are saying you have to meditate this way, or you're not doing your healing. And they're so caught up on their perception of things that they're not looking at they're not looking at the whole picture of how you are on your journey. So everyone here is on their own journey. So if your story is the first story, you know, let that shit go and move forward, because you're coming into a new union of self that is going to be very prosperous, okay? All right? If you are in the space where you are doing this spiritual healing all by yourself, and you clearing out a lot of your lower chakras, and you're coming into space, you know that you are putting your money in certain aspects. You know that you are doing a lot of transitionings. There is you are now in a space where is equally yoked or better. You're receiving the insight that you need to receive. You're trusting, right? Because you have done the healing of the solar plexus, and now you are in your heart space and higher, right? And you're speaking your words, a hekau of truth, of empowerment, to not only motivate yourself, but to motivate others. And that is the frequency that you are on, and that is the frequency that you are receiving. And you're receiving greater mentorship. Okay, you're receiving higher guidance. You have new spirit guides that's in your team, that's like, yo, finally you have cleansed those lower chakras, and now let's get this shit on and popping, because your warriors are with you always, so you don't need to worry. Okay, warriors, not worriers. All right, feel the fear and do it anyways, right? It's not about being reckless in your opportunities, but it's about trusting in thyself to move into your new journey. This is a new journey, right? So things may look similar, but there's gonna be new, right? Things are new here. Or there was that situation where, you know, there's that healing, if you in that narcissistic story, that domestic violence story. You are getting away from that, and now you by you moving away from that situation, you will be reaping the rewards of that in a greater way, and that's going to take some time here. The spirit is asking you to not feel like you are trapped in that situation here, and possibly you might be fighting with depression or coming out of a depression here, or maybe you felt like you elevated from a depression, but now this situation is somewhat coming back to you in your face, because like spirit is like, okay, you learned the lessons, now we're going to test you if you really learned the wisdom from it, so that you can gain this wisdom and teach it onto others with your story, through motivating others to not be afraid anymore, right? And so now you're being confronted with the test of that lesson here. And maybe it's through court, or maybe it's through, whatever. You are now being tested with the lessons and how you handle things. Are you going to get back into an argument with this person, or are you going to stand firm in your position? Right? Maybe there's a defense attorney that's going to be triggering you, right? Or maybe, your defense. I don't know. But, keeping your guard up with the person of the past, where there may seem that there was some sort of reconciliation that was going on here and healing. No, the reconciliation is with thyself. The reconciliation is with thyself, and that person is only a representation. They were a catalyst for this test, so that you can step into your new realm of that generational wealth and healing, and reaping the rewards of what it is that you have worked hard. And then you can say, wow, I feel accomplished. This shit is coming to an end. This shit is getting dead now. Like this, I'm victorious in this way. I didn't allow myself to get depressed with dealing with this situation. I kept myself up on a higher vibration. I didn't stay stagnated into the lower frequencies that this person is in. I worked my energy to stay high and positive, and now I can really take this energy and feel empowered and be in a space with such an open heart that there's just so much love radiating in thyself that it ripples and trickles outside of you and pours into all the lives that's connected to you, and empowers others to really be strong and have no fear in walking in their path, because that is your divine right. And now you're gonna be getting those in your frequency that is equally yoked and better, and you're gonna be teaching people with your words, whether it's becoming a spiritual mentor, maybe helping others to work out that solar plexus and being in their core and in strengthen it, maybe through physical fitness, maybe through spiritual guidance, through healing, whatever it may be, however it is that you are to be a healer to others. Right? Maybe you have financial wisdom, right, that other people don't have, and you have went into a space of going bankrupt, of going into a space of being homeless and everything, and now there was things that were coming up, and you were kind of like, no, I refuse to be afraid of losing things again. I've been through this situation already, and I learned the lessons. So you take that wisdom with you, and you've learned to multiply your money into a way that it had tenfold and more. And now you're like, yo, I can educate others how to heal their finances, because I've been through it and I learned the lessons, and these are the things that I learned. And that's your healing, right? That's your healing thing. And you could be a financial healer to others, right? You could be a physical healer to others, right? You can be a spiritual healer. It's gonna be different. You know your story. Do not allow yourself to get back into an argument. If it's an argument, it's spiritual intervention happening. You be firm. You be firm. with your words, meaning you're going to have to hold accountability for the things that you say because you know better. They may not know better. They may be in a space where they have to go through this, and it's going to seem like hardship. It's going to seem like hardship to them. But this is cutting through illusion and showing you of your strength and your power and what it is that you are worthy of. Because you didn't value yourself in that way, because they did so much manipulation to you that you didn't know how to hold yourself in that way. But now you do. Now you do. And for others of you, that karmatic healing, if you're within that situationship where they are learning to heal, or if it was with, you know, the parent, that's another thing. Okay, yeah, the parent, that's gonna be a lot of healing. That was generational stuff that needed to be triggered. Those were triggers to elevate the situationship. I see a lot of healing and things being equally yoked. A lot of mirror effects here going on. Again, it started pouring again. Really, really just cleansing here. You know, the good thing about, you know, one thing that's really powerful about storms, right? Rainstorms, and it has a lot of plasma energy, right? It has a lot of plasma energy, that fire, that chi, right? So that you allowing your lightning to strike and hit your target in a way that is very directive. It's very directive. I'm also getting Kepler, the beetle in its rainbow body. Some people call it the scarab here, and the anointing of the minds here. The anointing of the Mother, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. The anointing of God, essence and presence into your life. Have no fear. Ooh. Ooh, this is really cold. There's a lot of spirits around you. Some of you may be mediums or clairvoyant, very clairvoyant, and you're going to start seeing more spirits here, channeling more spirits here. I'm getting a healing of the womb collectively, a healing of the matrix here. The spider, she is weaving the spider of Maya. Maya working with Mayets and Mayats, right? Because Mayets and Mayats are very similar in nature, but they're different realms and frequencies here. And I see the weaving of the web coming and morphing into, oh my gosh, I'm just, whoo. Ooh. Sorry. This is very powerful energy here. There's a new weaving of the web. There's been a lot of breakthroughs in the Maya and the illusion here, and really just higher frequencies, higher channelings here. They said dripping gold. Dripping gold. Allow yourself to be firm and strong as titanium. Like Neo is bulletproof. There is no spoon. There's a lot of higher elevation going on. So you know where you at in this timeline here. Possibly you are seeing spider spirit around you, or the name Ma'ats or Mayats, or the scales. Justice is being served. Justice is served. Sorry, they said it's not being. It's not about a lot of the times we as powerful beings, we know that the power is in the tongue and that we create our reality, but we keep talking about things as if they have to come, as opposed to speaking them as they are, as it is. So it is, right? So it is. If you want to talk about bruja vibes, and so it is. It is done. It is done now. It is done now. So I am cured. I am healed. I am justified. Spirit is working for me. God speaks through me and to me. I'm feeling like I need to pull out an angel card here for final advice here. What is the final advice for this collective? Ooh. So we do have Jophel with adventure here. A lot of excitement. What is the final advice here? My nose is itching. Yeah, there's a lot of channelings going on here. A lot of spiritual messages. And because there's so many people, and the collective is very general, right? It's a lot of yeah, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Shamiel here. There's a lot of healers here, a lot of healing that has been happening, taking place, and a lot of you that are already healed here. And Shamiel has a lot to do. Some people say Samuel, right? I'm getting that vibrant, the violet flame, pink, purple. That's very high frequency here, because of matters of the heart here. Somebody does a lot of healing with their hands here, and there's going to be an anointing of your hands. There's going to be, they're saying practice on feeling the chakras in your hands and your palms here. Possibly draw spirals and feel it as you are opening it and activating it. And then to close it, put your hands together and clap 3 times when you want to close that energy. But allow yourself to practice on feeling the energies and working with your hands a lot, because there's you do a lot of healing with your hands. And Archangel Raphael stands by you and works with you a lot of the time. Archangel Shamiel works with, this is just what I'm getting, works with twins, I guess. So you could be a twin, and possibly you work with the twin realms. You twin spirits. There could have been a healing of twins in your bloodline as well. I'm getting like, yeah, so the but Archangel Raphael wants you to know to practice on the healing with your hands, because you are a healer, with especially with your hands. So you know, maybe washing your hands a little bit more when you are touching things that doesn't belong to you, so that way you don't always carry on other people's energies here. Maybe you don't think about that. Maybe every time you come in, not everybody practices when they come home. The first thing you do, you wash your hands, because maybe you was in the store and you was touching other things, whether it's a cereal box or it's, just touching other things that, other people were touching, and your hands are really sensitive, and you haven't allowed yourself to really recognize how powerful your hands are. And you have the power of touch. This also means practicing maybe holding objects in your hands, and getting psychic visions through it, not just feeling. You know what you feel. I think you become really in tune with your empathic side, right? Your clairsentience, but to feel. To feel it, and allow the visions for whatever object you are holding to start telling you a story here. And if you do that already, it's going to amplify, or you are getting prepared to start doing this. And this is going to be another form of healing through the hands here. So your hands are major chakra points for your psychic abilities here. And so that means you could also clear space with your hands here, clearing space with your hands. A lot of power and light comes through your hands. So when you're coming home, make sure you're washing out any energy that doesn't belong to you, any residual energy from others that you may have picked up, and let it go washed. Water is life, water is healing, water is cleansing, and let it go get neutralized and return back to the universe for the highest and greatest good of all frequency, and wash down the drain, as you are detaching yourself from what is not your energy, because the more sovereign you are with your hands energy, with that healing, you are going to know when you are picking up other people's stuff. Okay. This could also be, and with the healing of the hands, it could be possibly mudras, or even just drawing sigils in the air, or even just putting the hands in certain corners. You could be a person that you put your hand on top of a person's like crown or a person's shoulder, or but they also, because you have learned how to heal already, they want you to learn how to detach also and use your hands to cleanse you. So this could be through the cutting, or even just like washing like a feather. I'm getting like your hands like angel wings, like a feather here, and feathering out. Okay, feathering out any energies that's not yours and bringing it down and washing it away, so that way you don't keep other people's energies. It's not for you to keep, it's for you to receive the message and know how to work with it, either to transmute it, right, to transform it, or just to receive and be the messenger of it if they are supposed to be responsible for that. And so there's going to be that level of psychic abilities that is going to be coming through also here, and it might take like 4 to 6 weeks where you're going to actually start seeing them. I'm getting time frames and everything. Okay. 4 to 6 weeks where you do this into practice, okay, and you're going to be seeing a new form of clientele. So this could be possibly that you already work in these rounds here, and you're going to be connecting with your soul clients, right, that the people that you're supposed to be helping and healing in that way. Is going to be, there's going to be new forms of people coming in here. So 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. Oh. Oh, wow. What is the final advice here for this collective? Yeah, so we also have somebody that works with Archangel Gabriel here in the gift of prophecy. In the bottom of the deck, we have Raphael here. So embrace and Archangel Gabriel with prophecy here. With Archangel Raphael, I'm getting that Raphael is, if you're working in the realms of healing, working with emeralds is what I'm getting here. And I'm getting, oh wow, so okay, so I see Raphael and I'm like, it reminds me, yes, okay, of the chant that I had gotten one time during it's very simple, it's his name, right? But El Farah, saying it backwards, El Farah, and it sounds like El Pharaoh, right? El Pharaoh in a sense, right? And Raphael. So you want to say it, I'm going to recommend 108 for both, right? You could do more if you feel compelled to. Do it in a mirror aspect of saying his name backwards and forward. This is also going to bring you the anointments of the divine masculine energy, the true Pharaoh, not the false Pharaoh, okay? Energy and pure healing, and also the emerald energy, bringing in a lot of that energies that's going to be connecting you with the divine messengers and the ascended masters of benevolence that are in tune with the frequency of with like that of Tahuti, that of Ganesh, okay, that's of Buddha, right? Allowing yourself the divine communicators here, okay, the divine communicators. There's going to be a lot of messages that's going to be coming through. So possibly doing a grid with emeralds, right? Doing a crystal grid with emeralds. Ooh. Yeah, Akashic records. Possibly you're gonna be doing Akashic records. This may not. You gotta take what resonates with you. Getting Akashic records, or tapping into your Akashic records, or tapping into the Akashic records of others. Definitely a lot of channeling here. And so that's with Archangel Raphael. And through Raphael, you will have access to have a lot of communications, not only with the ascended masters, but also with the other angelic forces, to call upon them to work with you here. And for the other, the person that works with Archangel Gabriel, and there's a Archangel Shamiel. So the one with Shamiel here, it can be that your gift is to bring in the healing of the duality into centeredness, and allow for them to be able to see. So you could be a form of a medium. Okay, you could be a form of a medium, and you're going to be accessing the different poles and know how to travel the realms between polarities of of a certain frequency. So if you are, let's say, tapping into the root chakra, right, into the Muladhara, you will know how to access different polarities in the Muladhara, and bring anything that is of dual, anything of duality, that is of confliction here, that is of discord, bringing it into centered, because you have learned the wisdom of each polarity, and bringing it into wisdom, not only with yourself, but being able to do this with others. This could also be that possibly you are going to be doing a lot of healing work with twins, whether they are physical twins or even twin flames, is what I'm getting here. Okay, so that is part of your mission, part of your journey, is what I'm getting. Okay, for those of you that are in connection with Archangel Gabriel, there is going to be a strong ascension in your gift of sight here, your gift of prophecy, paying attention to your visions here, and getting I'm getting a lot of gold, blue, and whites here, and they're saying that's not necessarily his color of his frequencies, but this is the colors that he's helping me see right now with this. Okay, and androgynous, he said to remind me, I'm saying he, and yes. Archangel Gabriel is also, can also be called Gabrielle, and so being able to know how to connect with the androgynous being of Gabriel, because this archangel will come to you as feminine, possibly, or it comes to you as both masculine and feminine energies. And okay, so the eyes. Okay, so you might have people that will come to you out of nowhere, and their eyes are really light. Their eyes are really light. They're saying also do an eye meditation with yourself, where you are staring at your eyes, your pupil here. And you might also have a purification, cleansing energy through that, right? It's going to cause maybe some tears will come down through the staring here. And I think that there's going to be a lightening of your eyes. Your eyes might seem to get lighter in a sense, or you might notice that maybe your eyes go from a little bit darker to a little bit lighter here. The gift of sight, the gift of so you have to be doing a little bit more speaking, or you not. I don't want to tell people what they have to do. Oh wow, I didn't even see that. Whoa, okay. Okay, woo. Okay, so your ancestors are pouring so much information into you. Okay, I'm getting a feminine presence here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this here, but this is a lot of comedic ancestors bringing in. So again, and it can be that maybe all of these messages are resonating with you, and you just coming into a new realm of feeling this energy here. But this is the wheel of life, knowing the life and death cycle within thyself, and having a new knowing the prophecy and walking in your purpose on purpose, right? Knowing the prophecy and walking in your purpose on purpose here, and your ancestors holding you down, you moving through the different realms and dimensions. I don't know if you're able to actually see that, but these are like the ancestors holding you up in your mission here. I'm getting a lot of portals here, a lot of dimensions. So you can be possibly a traveler. Maybe you do a lot of astral projection, a lot of astral travel. And yo, I'm not even gonna lie, I had a tea there that I had made for myself, but apparently they said sharing is caring, because I can't even show y'all where the ring was at, but this much has been drank, and I haven't even drank from my tea yet. Okay, so I'll just leave that for them, and I'll just make me some you mother freaking tea, I guess, right? Okay. Um, so there is a lot of like lotus in that tea. There's lavender. There was a bit of damiana, star anise. Yeah, it was African blue lotus, lavender, star anise. I had some Peruvian herbs in there of like some piri piri, some trixanango, eye bright. Oh, eye bright. Okay, so possibly maybe working with the herb eye bright here, okay, to help you with your vision. I don't know if somebody's having vision with their, I mean, things with their eyes as well. Maybe, I don't know if you used to wear glasses, or you feel like you need glasses, or you have things with your eyes, but that there's you can heal your eyes is kind of what I'm getting also with that. So working with eye brights, the herb eye brights here, whether it's drinking it as a tea, so I don't know if this is a very real thing. I'm just a messenger. Please use your discernment, use your discretion, do some research, okay? If it does not resonate with you, I am not a doctor, okay? So I am not responsible for anybody's health conditions, okay? I just have to put that disclaimer out there. But I am seeing, okay, I'm seeing taking eye bright and making it as a tea, and either putting it as a dropper. This is now, I some of you may have heard of sananga. I love sananga, and I work with sananga, okay. This is not sananga, but I'm getting that this could also help with cleaning a lot and healing things with the eyes. So again, please do your research. Maybe putting it in a dropper, or even just taking it in a sponge and putting it, in your eyes here, and doing that for some time. I'm getting like this could help with, I don't know if you may have like an eye stigmatism, or things with the eyes, and working with Archangel Gabriel, and it's gonna help you see better. There's gonna be a lot of clarity, and there's also gonna be an anointing of your first eye, your inner eye here, where they're gonna also show you the color and the resonance, the true color and resonance of Archangel Gabriel here. And you're going to be using your words. So your word is really important. You are a divine messenger here, and you have the gift of prophecy. And Spirit has been trying to show you those that are connecting with you with good intentions, pure intentions, and those that have been connecting with you with selfish intentions in a way. And there's times that you get dreams and you feel like that things are gonna happen, and they may not appear as exactly like your dreams, but you're getting your answers. So they're saying pay attention to the answers that you are getting, because those are the gifts of prophecies that you have, that you're getting the revelation. You're getting the revelation of that prophecy here. So Spirit is telling you who to trust and who not to trust here. And you're there is going to be, without a doubt, the more you work with Gabriel, the more your healing abilities are also going to be, and the stronger your words are going to be as well, and the stronger your visions are going to be. And yes, with the traveling thing, possibly you do a lot of healing in the etheric realm as well, or you're going to start doing a lot of healing in the etheric realm. Okay, so Osset's energy is connected a lot with the dream world, and also with the oracle, right? The divine oracle, the divine mother. So there's a lot of oracles that's here in this collective that's receiving a lot of prophecy, and they're receiving the prophecy is not, yes, there's one prophecy, right, that they say as far as the collective consciousness goes, but the prophecy that you're receiving is of your soul's purpose here and how to walk in that path on purpose here, because your path is not going to look the same as the other oracle. For example, I can be in a sisterhood and we could all be oracles, but our gifts could all be different from each other, and our strengths could be, and so our gift of prophecy is going to be moved and directed a bit differently, although we are of one collective consciousness of prophecy, if that makes sense. Okay, I hope that does, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. And so with the gift of the collaboration and travel, there could be possible like a anointing of sisterhoods coming together here for a greater cause here, and an activation of coming together here. And so that is your message. Woo, I need to drink some water. Give me a moment. Oh, yeah. I feel light as a feather. I thank you all for watching. That is your collective message for this new moon. If you would like to book a one-on-one session, you can reach out to me at angelicsoul11 at icloud.com. If you are looking into some sort of mentorship at the time, I am doing free consultation for those that are looking to get into some sort of one-on-one mentorship here. If not, if you just want some clarity, and you don't necessarily, because a consultation is not a reading, okay? A consultation is not a reading. You can book a consultation with me if you would like, but if you are looking to book a one-on-one mentorship, the one-on-one mentorships are getting free consultations. If you would like to book a reading, you can reach out to me in the same way. Is there anything else I gotta say? Yes, just be your greatest self, be your greatest good, do what you gotta do, trust in your divine purpose. And, take what resonates with you, leave behind what doesn't. Make sure that you are writing things down. You are journaling. That is extremely important at this time. I'm getting, I said what I had to say. That's the end. Thank you. Very muchos. Because I do have to go. I love you all.